Well, it appears as though the holidays have snuck up upon us once again, as it is that season. It is the holiday season, Christmas season, whatever you want to call it here at Rich Does a Thing. Personally, I celebrate Christmas. And when I say Christmas, I really mean it's kind of the American secular Christmas that really we all kind of celebrate. Growing up, we always celebrated Christmas. My mom did the Jesus thing. My dad never really did the Jesus thing. And I guess for a while I did. And then the older I got, the more I realized, yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense. But Mom had her I think she had a little nativity scene that she would kind of set up somewhere. I feel like maybe she had a few figures. Yeah, some little kind of hand-painted figures, and I think she's been kind of wanting a nicer set, something like that. But other than that, and her own personal beliefs, the whole Jesus thing wasn't such a really integral part of the Christmas thing, which honestly is one of the reasons why I can still enjoy it today, because for me, and I think for so many people, it really is about the season, the happiness, the joy, pretty much so many of the different traditions that the Christians had taken away from the pagans and from so many other people. I mean, even the biblical scholars will tell you that there's no chance that if Jesus existed that he would have even been born anywhere around this time, that it would have to have been, I think sometime, the summer, spring, sometime that's not now. So even the scholars are saying that this isn't when Jesus would have been born. So really it is a matter of just all the good times. For me, there's a lot of family attached to it. For me, it was hanging at home with my parents. We would take a relaxing day. We would sit by the tree. We have a fireplace in the living room. Sometimes we would be kind of near there, or have I don't know if we would have a fire some years or not. There's all these little details that I don't remember as much, but just the feeling of everything as a whole is what resonates with me, and I really remember quite a bit. Yeah, we would take our turns opening gifts and just enjoying each other's company. I think they would have the Christmas Day Parade, Macy's Christmas Day Parade. We would end up watching that, and cooking some good food, all sorts of really cool stuff. Just a great way to relax with the people that you love, and that's what I think so many people celebrate these days for the kind of secular American Christmas. So it's that, we would bake Christmas cookies, pumpkin bread. Man, pumpkin bread's a big part of kind of my family's holidays, everything from Thanksgiving and Christmas. I always bake a ton of it every year so that I can bring it to work or give it out to coworkers or stuff like that. So there's plenty of that sitting in the kitchen right now. Christmas is great, and getting to spend that quality time with your family, whether it be your blood family or your chosen family. It's really great. It's important if you can do it. If you have the ability, it's really nice. And like I said in one of the previous episodes, I've got a couple days off actually right around Christmas. My parents are driving down. They're going to be hanging out here, so it's going to be really nice to get to spend that time with them, with Jesse's family. It'll be a little busy, but it'll be nice to have that quality time. I'm looking forward to it. God, we are, as I'm recording this, I think we are like less than 2 weeks away. So I'm like, oh God, what other shopping do I need to get done? And then I have to wrap, and there's so much to do. We don't even have all of our lights and decorations up. It is madness. I feel like it creeps up on us every year, and but here we are. We're festive. We're in spirit. We are ready, even if physically we are not ready. So yeah, I hope everything in your world ends up being as happy as in my world, and I hope everything in my world ends up being really happy too. But, alright, let's get this show on the road. Alright, this one should be a fun one. Let's see what the producers might have in store for us today. That's awesome. I almost actually caught it. Alright, got a couple things. Ooh, Rich Geeks Out. I haven't had a chance to address this yet, and I've been looking forward to it. Honestly, I've even been kind of saving this for myself, so even I haven't had a chance to see it yet. And we are going to check out the trailer for the new Star Wars movie, the Star Wars Rise of the Skywalker. This movie that's going to be a big, hairy deal. This is kind of the end of a giant era of Star Wars. The first three Star Wars, by which I mean episodes 4, 5, and 6, those came out, I think, before I was born. I don't care to look it up, but they were in existence during my formative youth, so they just existed. Then when Star Wars Episode 1, 2, and 3 came out, that was a huge deal because, this thing that was never going to be expanded upon in my youthful view suddenly was going to be expanded upon, and so I actually got to see those. I got to see at very least Episode 1 opening day. Some buddies of mine and I snuck out of school to go see it, which was kind of cool because we were not the types of kids to sneak out of school. So the fact that we were doing that for a Star Wars movie was cool. And in hindsight, Episode 1 wasn't a fantastic film. There was a lot of things wrong with it, but at the same time, in the moment, it was still kind of cool that they were making that expansion, that the Star Wars universe could be added on to, and that was really cool. So now to have gone through episodes 1, 2, and 3, and now we've got the new Star Wars episodes, and now the new Star Wars movies came out after they were purchased by Disney, and Disney's done a really great job with everything, which I've been very impressed with. And people have been kind of back and forth over that too. But you know what? Here's my thing about Star Wars. Even if cinematically it may not... No. Okay. I'm not going to really qualify good or bad on these last three because it really seems to me like Star Wars fans like to just complain no matter what. You get your nostalgic episode with all the people that you really wanted to see again, and they complain about it. You get an episode where they have a lot of new people and things are going in a new direction, and they complain about it. Which, okay, listen, all you Star Wars fans out there, people that were complaining about episodes 7 and 8, shut up, because they did not once mention midichlorians. They didn't. They didn't talk about it. They didn't mention it. They are ignoring that part of everything. So, you know what? Just enjoy the ride, because this is your last chance for the nostalgia. I mean, they've already kind of said that they're going to be closing off this whole compartment of Star Wars. So everything that you've enjoyed from 4, 5, 6, I mean, with the exception of, some basic concepts and lightsabers and stuff like that, I mean, soak it up while you can. I mean, the fact that they didn't kill off Princess Leia, General Organa, I apologize. The fact that they didn't kill off Carrie Fisher's character at the end of the last movie is astounding. Because, as many people know, Carrie Fisher passed away after filming the last movie, but before the movie actually came out. So it seems though she might have some part in this last movie, which again blows my mind. You know what? What I should do is, rather than speculating, I should probably actually watch the trailer. So I'm going to watch that trailer now. Let's check it out. Oh, God. Oh, they're gonna break us. Oh man, they seem like they're gonna hit all the things for Star Wars. They're hitting the nostalgia. They've got some of the older characters. Oh God, and so yeah, Carrie Fisher. And Carrie Fisher hugs Rey, and Rey's crying because we're all going to be crying. All of us. Any of you with a soul will cry during whatever scene that is. Oh, God. All right, so we've got that. 3PO's saying goodbye, taking one last look at his friends. Oh man, they are so very definitive of this saga will end. Like this is it. They're gonna, this is the 7th book of Harry Potter all over again. They're gonna blow everybody up. Oh man, still lots of like the new characters. I mean, yeah, Rey and Finn and oh man, this is this is gonna be a thing. This is gonna be crazy. So oh, words are hard. Feelings are hard. This movie's going to be hard. This is going to be a ride. They've done such a good job of, during the last couple of movies, during episodes 6 and 7, it was 7 and 8, I should say. They've done such a good job of having those moments of suspense, having those gasp moments, those oh my God moments. And I have no doubt that they're going to continue on that with this movie. Star Wars is great. Star Wars is, they had their ups and downs, but, I gotta say, for every little nostalgic bit that pops up from the Harrison Ford Chewie We're Home, I died. Great, fantastic, amazing. From all those battles with the new characters, I love it. Star Wars is fantastic, and this movie is going to be great. And I'm going to have red eyes at the end of the movie, and I think a bunch of other people will too. Of course, depends on how the movie actually ends up ending. But God, so yeah, the Rise of the Skywalker is going to be a thing. I don't know exactly when I'm going to see it. Maybe I'll throw that up on some of the other social media, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, or something like that. So everybody enjoy. Enjoy it along with me. All right, now from that, let's move on to... looks like one last time for 2019, we're going to be opening up the mailbag. All right, we've got a couple of pieces of mail, it looks like. All right, start with this one. From the depths of the mailbag. Greetings, O wise and fair sir. I request that from here on out you include your sorcery and witchcraft, or magic as you call it, into your videos more. Residing in Davenport, Florida, I long for the days when magic was a common occurrence, but alas, no more it is. Signed, Dan in Davenport, Florida. Well, Dan, you, and actually specifically because you have asked, I may or may not have gotten this mail a little bit earlier. That's actually why we've included Witchcraft in the last couple episodes or so. And I will absolutely be doing my best to try to incorporate it more often, because it's just fun, and because clearly you guys want it. So thank you very much from Dan in Davenport, Florida. And secondly, last but not least, Dear Rich, do you like cold weather? I'm a Florida-born girl, and it's down to a frigid 53 degrees right now. So, do you like the cold? Signed, Claire in Sebring, Florida. Claire, as you know, actually, I too was Florida-born, but I've only spent the first 5 years of my life down here. I was raised in the frigid New Hampshire. Which you get actual cold up there. We get cold and snow and freezing. And so when you say frigid 53 degrees, yeah, I'm all about that. I actually do enjoy a certain amount of cold. If I could live in a climate that got the cold of New Hampshire for like a couple weeks a year, yeah, I would actually probably really enjoy that because I like the difference in temperature. I like being able to put on a sweatshirt, a jacket. We use jackets not very often here in Florida, maybe unless you're going to like a movie theater or something like that, if you're going to see Rise of the Skywalker. So I've got one or two sweatshirts, and then I have like a jacket. I have this really nice leather jacket that I got a few years ago. And I keep it, conditioned and everything, so it's still just a nice leather jacket, and that's it. That's my winter coat. Anytime I get an excuse to wear something to keep me warm, I'm gonna wear that because it's really nice. And so that investment of that leather jacket has almost saved me a bunch of money, because sometimes I'll still see some really neat other jackets or sweatshirts, things like that pop up. And I'll think, oh, that's really cool. Maybe I could get one of those. And then I realize, when am I going to wear that? Probably never, because I have my one or two sweatshirts for sweatshirt purposes, and I've got my jacket, and that's it. That's all I'm going to need. I'm saving all that closet space. But that also means that when I get the chance to wear, that jacket and those things, yeah, I absolutely like it. Here in Florida, we spend so much time being hot. Being just various stages of hot. From the summertime, absolute miserable, dripping, humid, red-faced hot, to just being a little hot. We could wear tank tops year-round and be okay with it. Tank tops, flip-flops, it's kind of the Florida way. So since we are so used to being hot all the time, any time that we are naturally at a temperature where we are not overheated, sometimes it almost feels like cold, just because we're not used to it. So when things actually get a little chilly to the point where maybe long pants and a sweatshirt is in order, then it certainly seems cold and frigid. But no, I absolutely dig it. I really like it. I could certainly go out and take a walk in that kind of weather, and it's nice. So back home, man, yeah, cold is cold is cold. I mean, there are some days you would walk out and just the breath would get sucked out of you because, the wind, the breeze, everything was just so ridiculously cold. All that snow, turns to slush, turns back to ice when it freezes overnight. Craziness up there. I mean, just so much dirt, sand, and salt and everything to get the roads working. The patches of black ice that you slip on and fall on your butt. There's certainly a lot of unpleasantness to it. But I certainly would dig it, again, for like a couple weeks out of the year. When I was going to school, we would walk down to the end of our road was our bus stop, and I remember Mom would sometimes take all of us, put us in the van, and drive us down to the bus stop to wait. But that level, that condition, was if it hit 0. If it got below 0, Mom would take us down to the bus stop and let us wait. If it wasn't below 0, then we were fine to walk down on our own and kind of wait for the bus. Which is, living in Florida, if I heard that from somebody, I would be horrified that, oh my God, if it was, 10 degrees out, the person wouldn't take you down. But honestly, we were fine. I mean, we were prepared. We had our big old jackets. We had our hats, our gloves, our everything. So, I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal. It's just when it goes from cold to crazy cold. I'd say good job to Mom and Dad for that, because that's a right call. Especially when you live up there, you're gonna get used to the elements anyway. We loved playing in snow, and making forts with the snowbanks and everything. So, yeah. Again, if I could, the only thing is I get this dry skin stuff. It gets like dry, like crazy dry. That makes things really uncomfortable. I don't get that nearly as much down here in Florida, and so that would make it kind of miserable up there. But the long and the short is, yeah, cold's good. That's a lot of fun. So, thank you very much for your questions, Claire and Dan. And by all means, everybody else, if you got questions, no matter what kind of question it is, feel free. Who knows, maybe you'll get some more segments of the stuff that you like. Maybe you get your random question answered. Just about anything can happen anytime on Rich Does a Thing that we open up the mailbag. yes. Of course, you know this already, but yes, Rich at richdoesathing.com is where you should be sending all that wonderful mail, whether it be fan mail or question mail or who knows what. Just send it on there. We'll sort it out later. That's kind of what we got going on here right about now for the Christmas season. So I'd like to certainly wish everybody out there a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, whatever it is that you personally celebrate. Celebrate it, enjoy it, be happy, be merry, be good to people. Do not give to the Salvation Army. All right, happy holidays. I adore you all. Farewell.